Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi, and this is day 10 of our January Yoga Challenge. This is the last day of week 2, and we are halfway through the challenge. And that's awesome. I'm really glad that you are here with me today. What do you say? Let's get started. Here comes Winston. He's ready to get started. So what do you say? Let's get started in Ragdoll. Come onto your mat. Set your feet about hips width distance apart. So if you want to measure it out, it's pretty much 2 fists between your feet. And it's more about, I probably said this already, it's more about stability and support than anything else. So if your feet are closer together or farther apart and that works for you, then go for it. Coming forward, hanging forward, put a bigger little bend in your knees. Hands can dangle or come to rest on props, or opposite hand to opposite elbow. So this is where we've begun our practice every day this week. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. This is where we've begun our practice every day this week. How does that feel? Does it feel good to start in Ragdoll? Are you a little resistant to Ragdoll? Do you feel like, oh, here we go again? Or is it not so much that you feel like that, or is it more that you think that? So your thinking mind. Notice that. Notice, that's a huge piece of this practice. Noticing when your thinking mind kicks in and pulls you out of your body, pulls you out of the practice. Now your body may really be pulling on you, right? There might be sensation in the backs of your legs or your low back. And so you feel that, and then you start to think. Can you instead meet sensation with breath? Take a big breath in and a long breath out. And I've said this before too. Ragdoll doesn't look like a lot, right? But there's a lot going on, and if you're in it, you're feeling it. It's a practice, right? This practice of navigating the challenges on our mat and in our life with breath, grounded, with some ease and grace. So let's take one more deep breath in here, and a long breath out. And then go ahead and bring your hands down to your mat and step back to your downward facing dog, or come on into your child's pose. And we'll just take a breath or two here in our downward dog, because downward dog, right, can be challenging. I remember when I first started practicing, hearing teachers say, your downward dog is meant to be a resting pose. And I thought, are you kidding me? Right, this is nothing like a resting pose, right? But there it is again, our thinking minds, our thinking minds. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. From here, walk your hands back towards your feet. Hips stay high. You can keep your feet apart or walk them together. And set your feet, soften your knees, and come all the way up to stand. Rise up, hands high, heart lifts, a big inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Set your gaze here. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes. You might set an intention for your practice today. You can also feel the intention of being right here, right now. Day 10, halfway through this challenge. But equally, right here, right now, fully present in your body, in your strength and your power. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, sweep up, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Come on into your halfway lift, your flat back. Big breath in, and staying here. Take a full breath out. Wave your body maybe a little more forward in the balls of your feet. Finding a place that works for your hands, letting your chest, your heart lift, strong core. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to your mat and walk yourself out to your high push-up, high plank. You can have your knees lifted or lowered. Shoulders track over wrists, really long from the crown of your head out through your heels. Take a big breath in. Now move forward, halfway down or all the way down for your low push-up. You can drop your knees here as well. A big breath in. Coming into your cobra, your low cobra, or your upward dog. Take an extra breath in here, or two. Soften your shoulders. We'll move through this first sun salutation a little more slowly. Leading with your heart, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, make your way back to your downward dog or add in your child's pose. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. And take one more deep breath in here, fill up. And as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of your mat. Set your feet, they can be together apart. As you inhale, come into your halfway lift, long spine. Fold forward, exhale. As you inhale, rise to stand, come all the way up. Lift up, reach up, lengthen up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Bring your hands to your mat, stepping back, coming into your high push-up. Right, knees can come down or they can stay lifted. Take a deep breath in. Come forward, halfway down or all the way down for your low push-up, chaturanga. On your inhale, your upward dog, your cobra, or your low cobra. And as you exhale, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Set your hands and your feet here. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Right? That will help you in focusing, in being here. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take another big inhale. And as you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. Set your feet. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, rise to stand. Lift up, reach up. Now, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit down, sit back. Big bend in your knees. Feet can be together or apart, but set your feet so that it works for you, so you feel grounded and supported. You can reach your hands high or work with your hands at your heart. Shoulders soft, toes soft. Take a big inhale, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Hands to your mat, step back. Coming into your high push-up, knees lifted or lowered. Shifting forward, lowering halfway down or all the way down, low push-up. On your inhale, still moving forward. Cobra, low cobra, or upward dog. And as you exhale, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Here, step your right foot to your right thumb, warrior one. Spin your back foot flat and rise up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. So it might be one step to come into your warrior one, or maybe it's a few steps. Come up, take your front foot a little more forward. Set your front foot so it's flat and straight. You can reach your hands high here, work with your hands at your heart. Equally grounded through both feet. So drawing support from both feet, feeling both feet, which sounds funny, but if you are off in your head somewhere, it's hard to feel your feet, feel your foundation, and then you might feel a little off balance. Take a big breath in here, open out to your warrior two. I like to add in space between my feet as I shift from warrior one to warrior two. And so you can play around with that. You can reach your hands front to back at shoulder height or work with your hands at your heart here. Bend your front knee a lot. And if you start to feel sensation, instead of getting stuck in your head, thinking about the sensation, either take your breath and stay or just ease off, right? Keep it simple. Spin your palms to the sky and take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Still with that big bend in your front knee, long and strong through your back leg. Nice lengthening here through your right side body. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Hands come all the way down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Moving forward, halfway down or all the way down, low push-up. Inhaling, cobra, low cobra, or your upward facing dog. And as you exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, empty out. Now step your left foot forward for your warrior one. Step up and rise up. Set your feet, front foot flat and straight, back toes point just a little bit forward, and that can give you some room to even out your hips, left hip back and right hip forward. And you don't have to push or force, just feeling if you have space, noticing what you are working with today. Day 10 of our challenge. Undoubtedly, things have shifted and changed in your body over the course of these 10 days. So instead of being stuck back in day 1, allow yourself to be here, right now. Take a deep breath in, and now, warrior 2. Open out. And take your time opening out. You don't have to push or force. You can feel what you have space for. You might ease off the bend in the front knee, or you can stay with it. Stay connected through your back foot, lengthen through your back leg. Soften your shoulders, and take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Right through all of this, a big inhale and a big exhale. Spin your palms to the sky and take your left hand high, reverse your warrior, reach up and go back. Now notice if your front knee starts to roll to the right, bring it out to the left just enough that it tracks over the ankle. Stay long and strong through your back leg, lift from your left hip here, take a big inhale. As you exhale, hands come all the way down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. A big breath in, upward dog, cobra or low cobra. And as you exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Or add in your child's pose. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. And take another big inhale here. And as you exhale, make your way to the front of your mat. Set your feet, your halfway lift on your inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, come up to stand. Rise up, reach up, lift up. Draw your hands to your heart. Set your right foot as your standing foot. Set your gaze. And come on into your tree pose. Sole of your left foot somewhere on the inside of your right leg. So you can start really low. Left foot on your mat, your foot against your ankle. Maybe you can bring your foot a little higher or a lot higher. Feel what works for you. And feel that this is your practice. Hands can stay at your heart or come up overhead. You are challenging yourself. It's a challenge simply to show up 5 days in a row for a practice, or for 10 days so far, right? Whether it's been 5 days in a row or you've missed a day and you've made it up, to show up for 10 days of consistent practice is a challenge. You're showing up for yourself. Keep your left knee lifted. Hands can be higher at your heart. Bring your left knee forward. Keep it lifted. On your inhale, press out through your left heel, extending that left leg. And as you exhale, bend the left knee. Draw it up towards your chest. Inhale, press out through the heel, lengthen and lift. Exhale, bend. Draw the knee up. Inhale, extend out through the leg, the heel. Exhale, bend. Pause here. Now, big step back. Warrior 1. Open out. Warrior 2. Find your footing in your warrior 2. Grounded through your feet, palms to the sky. Right hand high. Reverse your warrior. Come on into your side angle. Bring your right elbow lightly to your right leg. And extend your left arm up to the sky. So you have your warrior 2 feet and legs. You're building from the ground up. Front foot is flat and straight. Knee tracks over ankle. Back toes towards the side, maybe a little bit forward. Back leg is long and strong. Reach your top arm a little higher and wrap it around behind your back. And come on into your half bind. Now, if you like the full bind, right, you can play around with hooking both hands under your front leg. You might use a towel or a strap for that. And if you just want to play around with it and your hands don't meet, you can play around with it. Feel what you can do. I feel that you can be here and take a big breath in and a long breath out. So still challenging yourself, but there's so many different ways to challenge yourself, right? Some days you dig a little deeper, some days you ease off, take a big breath in, and a long breath out. Here, reach your top arm up. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat, spin to the ball of your left foot, and simply step your left foot up to meet your right. Halfway lift on your inhale, fold forward, exhale. Inhale, come up, Rise up, reach up, lift up. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Take a big breath in. And a breath out. Now set your gaze and come on into your tree pose on the other side. Your left foot is your standing foot. Take your time finding a place to land your right foot. You can catch the foot, place it higher if you like. Notice how your body feels. Right? 10 days of practice. Might be an ebb and a flow as things shift and change. You might feel a little tired, maybe some new sensations in different muscles. Maybe you feel really invigorated and uplifted. It's a practice, right? So we take our time when we're on our mat and we give ourselves some time. Here we're giving ourselves the whole month to see how we feel as we cultivate a consistent and regular practice. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. We take our time, so be patient with all this, especially if you fall out of the pose. Not a big deal, right? You just come on back. Now keep your right knee lifted, hands higher at your heart, but point the right knee forward. Strong core as you inhale, press out through your right heel, lengthening your right leg. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw it up towards your chest. Inhale, press out through your heel, lengthen, strong core. Exhale, bend and lift. Inhale, press out through the heel. Exhale, bend the knee, lift up. One more time. Inhale, press out through the heel, long through both legs. Exhale, bend that right knee. Now, step back, warrior one. Land in your warrior one. Take a big inhale. Open out to your warrior two. And if you can, add in more space between your feet. Steady foundation, grounded. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your left hand high. Reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Now, left elbow to your left leg for your side angle. And just begin with the right arm reaching up. So you can feel you're lifting up, you're opening up. A big breath in. And a long breath out. And taking that top arm around behind your back. This is your half bind. Again, the full bind. The hands may meet under the left leg. Maybe just kind of playing around with it so they don't meet. Find a variation that works. That's a practice. It's a daily practice. It's a practice in this moment. What variation works best for you? Soften your toes. Let your right shoulder gently roll back. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Reach your top arm back up. Bring both hands down to your mat. Here again, spin to the ball of that back foot and step your right foot up to meet your left. Set your feet. Halfway lift as you inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Inhale. Come on up to stand. Rise up. Reach and lift. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Flat back. Inhale. Hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Knees can be lifted or you can drop them down. Take a big breath in. Move forward, halfway down or all the way down for your low push-up. A big breath in. Your cobra, your low cobra, or your upward dog. And as you exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Open your mouth, empty out. Now bring your knees to your mat and come on into your child's pose. A couple of breaths here, allowing yourself to soften. Feeling how, as you move through this practice, consistently, you're cultivating strength, tapping into your strength and your power. But also, right, the balance, always the balance of softness. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in, fill up. And breathe out, empty out. And that is the end of our practice for today. But you can stay here as long as you like. I know I say that at the end of every practice, but really, take your time. At the end of day 10, we're halfway through this January challenge. If you missed a day during the week, you have the weekend to make up one of those practices, or if you want to redo a practice, right, you have the weekend for that. Really try to make this challenge accessible and doable so you can do this. You can do this. And I'm glad that you are doing this with me. I'm Heather. I'm the Vent Yogi. I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you for practice on Monday.